So before the video begins, it does need a little bit of context, which if you don't want to hear, you can skip to whatever timestamp that shows up wherever. Just skip to there if you don't want to hear this. Now, if you do want to hear this because you want to understand the video, this is for the rest of you. So I used to be incredibly into Nerf, like passionately into it, as passionately as I am into band right now, and I was this way for years. I was practically obsessed with it, you could say. But eventually, some time ago now, I left it, basically. And I think there's only one person that I'm still in contact with that I was in contact with before. But I think about a year or two ago, they're already blending together, and I'm only 19. I got rid of like 95% of my entire collection, which was over 500 blasters. And after that, then I had what I'm going to show you, and a couple more, and there's a couple that I've actually added since then. The only blasters I've gotten post the purge. So yeah, that's why this arsenal looks kind of weird. That's why, because because the majority of it is the best of 500 blasters. Now for the part that you guys actually want. So I made a little bit of a mess. This is the majority of the arsenal. Now, there are a few things that aren't here. Namely, there is a Titan, which is why the missile's there, and a CPS 2500, which is fully functional. Aside from these, there's also maybe half a dozen other blasters, which I'll show in a picture here, that I'm selling, actually, which is why they're not here. Because hopefully soon I'll be rid of them, because I'm not very attached to them. And a lot of these I'm not very attached to either. Now, it's not the best arrangement, so we'll start somewhere and end somewhere. We'll probably end with the best things, which are close to the middle. So I guess we'll start off on this more modern side. Up there, we got a Scout with a light of some kind on it, and a Leonard clip pistol thing. And yes, that is a clip and not a magazine. Then over there, we have a few jolts. We have an actual jolt, a slinger, I think, two-shot zombie strike jolt, and that little thing that launches a foam plane. I don't even know where I got that. Adventure Force Split 6, Finisher, and if it isn't obvious, most of these things I just kind of forgot about. Also known as... The blasters I got rid of were in 4 main bins. These weren't in the bins. There is a Marshmallow Blaster, which I actually got recently at a Goodwill, as you can see. A Boomco Far Shot, which surprisingly I still have ammo for. HCE, Cyclone Shock, and alternate color scheme Air Warriors Champion, new in package, which I'm kind of proud of because I found that in a store. The Cyclone Shock, I'm actually very particular to because that is my last remaining childhood blaster. And I think I've had that for 10 years now. Then we have a Dart Zone Pro Mark III with aftermarket stock. I do have all the rest of the gizmos with it, but I just didn't feel like pulling them out. Got a Koosh Galaxy Galactagon, which does have all the balls with it and the box and instructions and everything, actually, because whenever I bought it, it was new in box. And the only modded blaster that I actually still have, the Wizdol, also known as Something in Cherokee, that I painted on the other side with a clear shot scope. It was on it. I didn't feel like taking it off. Moving right on, got this Busby Tech 3, not Tech 3, Gem, Busby Gem. But that is the extremely rare Toy Fair edition. Red and white Busby Toy Fair Gem, which they only made 60 of. I'm very proud of it. And then over here, this big, ridiculous thing, we got Vulcan. Barely even works. One of the things that wasn't in the bins. Very, very dusty. Down here, we have a pack of Icon 50th Anniversary darts, which are kind of hard to get. And I think that's all the new stuff, so we can actually move on to what you guys probably want to hear me talking about, which is all the vintage stuff. And I don't even know where to start because there's so many goodies. But start we have to. We can start up here in the corner, actually, with the Arrow Storm. And I have 5 of the 6 original arrows, the stickers, actually, I don't have the instructions, but I have some ammo pamphlets and a box to go with that. And fun fact, that was the first vintage blaster I ever bought 5 years ago now, because I bought that in May of 2019. To the right of it, we have a triple strike, and it has all 3 of the screaming arrows with it. I just didn't feel like pulling all of them out. In a very nice shape. The only thing that's wrong with it is the pump is just slightly bent, but other than that, it functions perfectly, and it is, bar none, one of my favorite vintage blasters. Over here, we have a slingshot. Actually works pretty well. I used to have 2 of these, but one of them went away with the purge, and it shoots a lot better than people give it credit for. Next, we have this, the wrist blitzer. Actually works pretty well, and it's a novel idea. Yeah, that's about all I have to say about it. The blaster ball, first ever Nerf blaster. Will I get rid of it? I don't know. The NB1 with 2 or 3 of its original missiles. And then below that is a glider launcher, and below that is another glider launcher, and next to that is a actual glider. This is all my arrow stuff, and yes, there's more than what's here in the picture, but this is pretty representative. Got 2 of the 3 versions of the glider launcher with the gliders, and a original Ultra Stunt glider, but in an alternate style. And this is the only one of its kind that I know of to exist. Next to it, we have a Zap Snaps handle thing. I don't have the ammo for it, which one day I will have, but that is particularly special to me. Down here, we have a Hydro Torpedo, incredibly rare, took me forever to get, and a Target Master arrow. Not that rare, but still took me forever to get. Then up here, we have, I really like this blaster, actually. It's the Mega Blitz Nitro Quad. It's very interesting, there's a lot of misinformation out there about it. So be careful out there. So, I don't know how I missed it, but this is the Mega Blitz Triple Torch. Also, one of my favorite vintage blasters with the original ammo, especially the Gear Tooth arrow. It's one of the most adorablest arrows of all time. We have 2 Cyber Strike arrows, which can go with the Defender T3 set up there. We have the normal version and the very rare yellow version, which I think is pre-production. And I know of 2 of those yellow ones to exist, or 2 of the yellow finned ones to exist. And correspondingly, we have the Defender T3 set with its pistol and its arrow launcher. I'm probably going to open up the pistol at some point. This is one of the few that I got post Purge. The arrow launcher actually works. It's in very nice shape, actually. It works very well. Over here, we have the motorized disc launcher. I think I got that right. For what it is, it's very rare. You almost never see these, actually. Those discs might be original. I don't know. They didn't actually come with it. I got those with a random lot. But they work with it very well. And up here, we have some Laramie targets, which I got with a random lot of a whole bunch of vintage ammo and a few blasters a few years ago. And a singular Supermax 5000 arrow. And that did only come with Supermax 5000. So kind of a rare arrow. Oh yeah, and I forgot about this. We have the Auto Grip. Very nice condition. It's almost brand new, actually. And works pretty well. And aside from that, that's pretty much everything except for this, which I'll walk over to a little bit. We have a sharpshooter dart. I have 5 of these. Don't have a sharpshooter. I think those came in the same lot that all those targets came in, actually. And then we have this, the gold, the holy grail of my collection, anyway. There are rarer things than it, but so far, there's maybe a dozen of these Switchfires that exist, especially in complete condition. And I have the stickers with it on the original sheet somewhere around here. However, what makes this even rarer is the missiles, because these are pointed fin Switchfire missiles. And there are only 5 of these missiles known to exist. And they are real pre-production, and despite all the advertising, they were never released to the public. And that Switchfire is the most expensive singular blaster that I've ever purchased to date. Because when I bought that with the sticker set, the couple balls, I think, and the missiles, it cost me $200 US. And I think that's about it. Let me know what y'all think of the arsenal down in the description box. In the comments if you feel like it. Anyway, adios, amigos.